So Rapsodo is rolling out an update to this, the MLM2PRO, an update that I fully believe will make you a better golfer, and it's an update that just adds to the list of reasons why this launch monitor packs so much value and so much power for only $700. So just a little bit of context to the updates that Rapsodo has been making in 2024. Back in January, they did a drastic overhaul to the app where the graphics went from like 8-bit to like pretty solid. But for me personally, it was the range. The range went from this kind of like nondescript blue sky, some numbers, to a really nice looking skyline, better graphics, better ball tracing, and the numbers are improving. Then about a month later, they updated something with the physics where the ball release is just better. It's more accurate to what a golf ball would do on a golf course. They've always struggled since its inception. Basically every shot was releasing 8 to 10 yards, whether it was a driver or whether it was a wedge. The algorithm, the physics just wasn't finely tuned enough, but now it is. It's really elevated the numbers, the data, but then that simulation experience is so much better because the golf ball is reacting to the turf more appropriately. So you pair better graphics, a better range with better landing characteristics, and that's kind of what you've got with the target range. This target range update is phenomenal. I'm only using the beta version of it and I'm blown away with just how good it is. And what they're doing with this beta testing is they're obviously going to get all the feedback from all the beta testers to further refine it and improve it. So maybe when you're watching this video, the public version is released and it's even better than what I'm using. But this target range giving you fairways, giving you 72 greens, yardages to refine your practice with is absolutely incredible, and it's such a step up when it comes to using a launch monitor to get better at this game and to have efficient, purposeful practice. So when I first opened this, I was blown away. I was transported magically to a golf course just north of Toronto called Coppenwood. Coppenwood's one of the best practice facilities I've ever set foot on. It had 3 holes, it had a short hole with 4 different greens, and then all these tee boxes and all kinds of greens and fairways, and it was just, it's a phenomenal place. And this is what this feels like to me. You have all kinds of targets, you have fairways, you have greens, you have water, you have island greens, you just have so many different permutations of golf shots you'll hit out on a golf course. But then when you begin to kind of change the tee box to go from the left, center, or right, you see those 24 yardages, they change. So you have 72 yardages that all have a target that you're trying to hit. It's not just you've zapped and you're hitting the 125 flag or the 125 sign or the 150 sign. Like, you have kind of obscure numbers. You don't just have quote unquote normal stock numbers. You have shots that you're gonna get out on the golf course, and you're gonna get feedback, because if you miss the target, you're in the bunker, you're in the water, and you're gonna learn from that. So it's just, it's really, really special. It's really unique. We're gonna go here, we're gonna go this in the right box, 134, little island green. That's kind of like a 3/4 pitching wedge for me. So it's a great little shot for me to practice and get some feedback and hopefully not hit in the water. So yeah, 134 island green. I've got a target I'm gonna focus on, but I also get data from the shot, and that's kind of a double dip of effectiveness and efficiency in your practice. Chunk, aroo. But we got there. A little heavy, somehow made it there, but I pay attention to my carry. You know, 120 carry, that's not what we want. We don't want to chunk and run when we're trying to hit a 134-yard wedge shot, so let's execute a little bit better. That was better. Maybe a little bit to the right, but it's just gonna give me the readings I need, and I get to watch the shot. I get feedback. I mean, it's win-win-win, but if I look at my carry, 135, it's just better, and that's what you're doing with these targets. We're really trying to dial in the carry yardage. So now we've shifted it over to the wedge targets. There's 10 little targets there, 10 little wedge greens. I'm over on the left tee box, so I've got a different look. I'm at 113 yards, so that's kind of almost a tweener. That should be just a solid 56 degree, but you don't always want to hit your wedges full bore, solid, full swing. It's nice to sometimes be able to dial back the wedge up and hit something a little softer, control the flight, control the spin. So this is a yardage where I could spend a lot of time working with both of these wedges. The 52 for me is probably about a 125 shot. So to try to hit this 113, I really got to control it. So a little thin, kind of slowing things down. I'm going to get that feedback, and it's a small target. So if we're missing that target, you know, not bad. But my carry was 110, so that's actually pretty good. That's result was a little better than what it felt like. But then I can go into the sand wedge and just see like what's a solid full sand wedge for me right now. It should be about 115, so maybe just a little less than full. Little steep, little heavy, might be a little short, little left. I get the numbers to tell me it, but then I'm also going to get the shot to tell me it. Yeah, a little short, little left. I mean, not far left, but the yardage carry 110. Small target to hold, that's for sure. But these small little wedge targets are so friggin' cool, but I can't help but think there's a way, or that this target range is even better out on a real range. Because you can come out to a municipal range that's flat and has very minimal targets and no depth perception, and you can turn it into a world-class practice facility. Picking up right where we left off on some wedge work, I've just got some flags and some random flat turf, whereas now I've got targets, I've got feedback on kind of random obscure yardages. So we've got a 62-yard shot. You set your straight line target. So yes, I've got my straight line target, but now I'm gonna get feedback in the app. Probably a little long and a little right, a little long and a little right. But I'm focusing on my carry yardage, so 67 yards. Carried it a little bit too long. My target, my alignment is wrong, so let's learn, let's hone it in. Better line, maybe a hair too long again, but I'm getting that good feedback. Better line, just way too long. Hit a better shot, Andrew. Long. But you see there's holes in my game, and working indoors is one thing, but to be able to get outside, hit it off actual grass and get feedback, and then you can go to the other wedge targets that are even smaller, and it's a tight target to hit, and we're really trying to dial in our carry yardage, and then you build it out. You work on those irons and all of those different targets. But one thing that's really important is this is causing you to slow down. You're not just raking, hitting. You're hitting your shot, you're reacting, you're getting feedback, you can go through your routine again, and it's just really good, efficient practice. See, I'm executing, I'm just hitting it too hard. Obviously I'm talking, but you see, there's room for improvement. Because if I didn't have these little targets, I'd just be kind of guessing where it's landing exactly, what yardage I'm actually hitting these shots. Whereas in here, I am getting good feedback about my carry and my line. So it's really good stuff. But what's cool, I've tested a little bit out the range already, is the fairways. Let's work on the tee ball, because you hear a lot of professional golfers talk about visualizing holes on the range, slowing down that practice, hitting the shot that the hole requires. Well, you can visualize it, but then again, you can get that feedback. So let's hit some drivers. And I've got a little left to right wind, which I don't love. So let's see what we're doing. And you know, club head speed, ball speed, we're getting those things, but that's just a little spinny, not the best drive. Learn from it, slow down, start the routine over again, pick your target, get focused, as opposed to just scrape, hit, scrape, hit, scrape, hit. Nope, losing a little out to the right. And so if I were just hitting here kind of in a range setting on a launch monitor, I'd be getting these numbers, and it's like, okay, learn from the numbers, but now I'm actually learning from the shot and where it's ending up. And that's really, really cool. And I can definitely see, you know, I'm kind of holding on because I'm wanting to hit this fairway. So I'm learning from that, like free it up a little bit, work on that visualization, and really see if you can't, you know, execute as if you were on the golf course. No, I mean, I'm hitting the fairway there, but that was just a bad shot. And the bunker. Okay, one last one, because yeah, this is really cool. This is really, really cool at really elevating just a generic driving range practice session. Whoops, can't end on that. All right. Pulled it. Oh. This fairway is eluding me. There we go, pumped it, just pulled it. So going back to my earlier claim that this update will make you a better golfer, I think you've seen it because you've seen what I can do indoors with it, but you really saw how this can change and elevate outdoor practice, because not everyone has a simulator bay. Not everyone has the space to even set up a net and hit with a launch monitor. Not everyone has the weather where they can just put a net in the backyard and work with a launch monitor. But if you're a golfer that is considering purchasing this or already has this, you very likely have access to a public range. That municipal range is like right in my backyard, but it's a flat, nondescript range where it's difficult to dial in targets and have efficient, purposeful practice. But to go outside and turn a flat range into a world-class practice facility is going to make your practice better, more focused, and have more purpose, because I can't stress that enough. That is how you get better at this game. And so many people want launch monitors to kind of play simulator golf, and they overlook why launch monitors first were created. It was to help the best players in the world get better. Well, now we have launch monitors that can help all golfers get better at such an inviting price tag. Rapsodo, well done on this. This is 5 stars. This target range setting is so friggin' good. I'm excited to continue to use it, because you saw in this, there's holes in every player's game, and there's yardages that are holes in my game that I can work on those carry numbers and get the feedback necessary to improve. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into target range, and we'll see you in the next one.